Hi, welcome to Young Adult Lit, and I'm really excited about this class. And I think we've got a good lineup ready for you. I wanted to cover some things briefly before we really get started in the course. I'm sure you know how to log into your Blackboard. And then you choose our course. And one of the first things that you should do whenever you log in is check in and see what announcements there might be. The one announcement that's present right now is about the Teen Lit Conference, which is held on April Fool's Day on campus. Jean Neary and Gail Carriger are the keynotes, and the dean pays for the rooms in the Tivoli, which enables us to bring 10 volunteers to the conference, which actually fills up in a day. And so there are 5 spots remaining. If you want to be a volunteer, please email me ASAP and put that date on your calendar. The other thing I want you to pay careful attention to is the syllabus itself. I would suggest you download it and save it somewhere and take time this week to read through the whole document. That way you gain a sense of the class and how it builds in nature. It's a constructivist course, and so what that means is every week we're putting pieces into this big puzzle about what YLit is, and at the end of the course, definitively you should be able to say, here's what the field is, and the readings that you do each week and the discussions you have, of course, will play into that. Some things to note are required textbook is right there. It's brand new, so it would be really difficult to find a used copy. But gosh, I had 8 people read it before I decided to use it. Some other professors as well as past students, and they all thought it was top-notch. And I do think it will be a good addition to our course. And then the class requirements are listed. Each week turns over on Saturday at midnight. You'll post 5 times a week. 2 by Tuesday at midnight, 2 or 3, and then 2 or 3 by Saturday. Here are the course assignments that are listed. Every once in a while we'll have some online explorations, and then the final projects are listed too. Instead of submitting assignments through Blackboard, we'll do so via Google Docs, and so there's a tutorial there if you're not familiar with it. Please don't send your papers to me as a Microsoft Word attachment. Use this instead so I can comment on the text itself. Of course, we'll use MLA format because we're an English class. There's a couple of extra credit options, how you get the participation points or discussion board, late policy, course breakdown, objectives. And then besides our main textbook, the only book we'll read all together is The Giver, and then the rest of the class are all options, so you pick one. There's a Prezi link listed in the week 1 content folder as well as the weekly announcement that gives a little bit more background, but of course you can hop online and research the different choices yourself. And I think one thing that's pivotal is you should think about what you want to get out of the course as you make your reading decisions. And then the tentative schedule here, I tried to break down the Tuesday and Saturday deadlines so you have things. The one tricky thing to get your feet on the ground with is that week 2 we'll be discussing The Giver, and so week 1 you need to make sure you have it prepped for week 2's conversations. And let me know if you have questions about that. That's why it's so important that you always have a sense of here's what I'm doing this week and here's how I prepare for next week. And then the rest of the schedule, here's some tips from former students that are important. And then discussion board guidelines. And then all of the assignments are listed. These will reappear in the content folders as well. The book trailer or book presentation options. Book review. That comes later in the term, and then there are 3 final project options, and those are listed as well. So save the syllabus somewhere that you have easy access to, And then the other big thing, of course, is our content folders, which are divided by week. Here's what you'll need for week 1. There'll be a week 1 announcement posted Sunday morning. It's not there yet because we're not at Sunday morning quite yet when I'm recording this. And then what you may have also noticed is that frequently, not always, there are some example papers if there's an assignment to work on. And then the last thing I just wanted to highlight is the discussion board. So here, this is called a forum, and within the forum there are threads. So if I go into the YLit forum, here are 3 threads of conversation. These threads are also known as subject line. So when you open up a thread and you want to reply, go ahead and change the subject line to indicate the direction that your conversation is going. You have 5 posts a week, so it's 25 points each week. You have 2 to 3 by Tuesday evening and 2 to 3 by Saturday evening. The other thing I wanted to highlight is there's a Q&A forum. If you have a question that would be great to ask in front of the rest of the class, go ahead and ask it right here. So that's just a little glimpse at the Blackboard site for our Young Adult Lit course, and I'm really excited about the class and to hear your thoughts and reflections on not only our main course textbook, but the choices we have in readings as well. Have a good semester.